Stuart, you work with families who are trying to hold it together when an older loved one starts needing more support. What do family caregivers most often struggle with when supporting an older loved one, especially at the beginning of increased care needs?
Oftentimes, family members are faced with a moment that they weren't expecting. And that is the beginning of what families need to reckon with when a family member gets into or begins a stage which is different than what life has been like before. And because I will use the word crisis, but with a small c, it may be something that is a change not only for that individual, but for the entire family. And for family members to recognize that this has occurred and it may impact the whole family, not just a son, a daughter, but maybe grandchildren who are involved, sisters, brothers, and the like, friends, is to take the breath, slow down, and try to meet the individual, the loved one who you're recognizing as having just entered a different stage, meet them where they are. If we could somehow get that message across early on, it would help for what is to follow. Because we see our loved ones in the context that we've known them for a lifetime. And now that is changing, and it could change in an instant, or it could change over time if there's a chronic illness. So helping them to deal with practical, sometimes simple decisions that could have major impacts is very important, and what we're not ready for as caregivers.
Can you tell me a little bit about your background and why you've started this journey and written this book?
So I have been in the field of healthcare administration, social services, social care, medical care, for a lifetime. And it is actually because originally I lived with my grandparents, and I recognized at the time when I was a teenager in my 20s that there was not a coordinated care system for older adults. And as my grandparents needed assistance, I said there must be a better way. And so I actually pursued education that allowed me to look at the system of healthcare for older adults, and I recognized there were changes that needed to be made. And so first I began to practice healthcare administration, and then over the years actually worked with children and older adults, and then realized that all of the knowledge that I had acquired and the solutions that are possible, both for the older adults or for the caregivers, is something that we could put down in writing and help others. And so the book that I have written along with my co-author Marcus Reilly is one that not only provides concepts for caregiving, but also how to, and what should you do in various stages of life.